What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another Prime Incursion walkthrough. This time we are on the Chrome enemies. I know lots of people have blew right through this like it was nothing. Others had a bit of a challenge, as you just saw that popped up on the screen. As you come in, it gives you a nice little warning that enemies cannot be knocked up or stunned. Now remember exactly what is a stun in Dungeon Defenders 2. Well, the electrocute combo is a stun. The frozen combo is a stun. The petrify combo is a stun, meaning none of these are going to work. Knock up, technically, is actually a stun, but it does pull knock up out as well. Now, in addition to that, what it doesn't tell you is slows are not viable either. There's no defenses, as far as I'm aware, that will slow. Boost Aura Slow does nothing. Sand Traps do nothing. Frostbite Towers do nothing. None of the defense-related slows, Proton Beams do nothing, are going to help you out at all. Now, you may get a little confused, especially with like Proton Beams, as the visual effect of that frozen status will still apply. However, those visually frozen mobs will just happily waltz right on through all your defenses and come smash up on your objectives. Now, if you are having a problem with one particular lane, the slow, the OP Dryad Mushroom slow does indeed work. So if you are having trouble on this map, you can't complete it after going through this video, throw a Dryad in your deck and throw some slows down, and that will indeed slow the enemies up for you. Frozen Path as well does not work, by the way, so I checked that one also. Now, what do, you might ask, if no crowd control is working on the map? Don't use crowd control. Go full out raw damage. So let's just set this entire thing up with nothing but beast mode damage. As we see, we've got hex throwers coming out here, so I do want a reflect beam in front of that sub-objective. I also know I'm going to want to just go overkill and heavy on the air, so I'm just going to throw 3 Sky Guards right here, and that will handle both of those lanes' air defenses. And now look and see what we have. We have 700 DU left, and essentially only 3 lanes. So we've got more than 200 DU a lane, which is just a ton of whoop-pow, and we are going to be able to wreck these bads up. Now, no CC, we're going raw power, so I am just going to stack in a few auras. We're going to go 4 flame auras, 2 lightning strikes, and you know what, just for good measure, let's throw a little damage in the back. Let's get snaky here, and we'll throw maybe a Sand Viper back in the back just to get all snakified. And let's do the same here in the mid. We'll go 2 Sand Vipers here, and then let's come down to this lane. Let's do the exact same thing. So let's get a Sand Viper in, and then just lace in that maximum amounts of just pure raw power. So where can we get this bad boy? There we go. Let's go right here and say something like that, and then we've got the snake. This actually leaves me 260 left for the middle lane, which is just absurdity. So I'm going to go ham right there as well. Let's go ahead and get our spawn camps in. And that still leaves me 100. I tell you what, we will spice things up a little. And although you're not going to get that petrify benefit that we're used to seeing with reflect beams are still a ton of damage. So, you know, throw some reflect beams around. Do whatever. Just stack the lanes with damage and don't use crowd control. Now, a lot of you are going to be tempted and say, but my weapon manufacturer is my best relic. Yes, it is, but your weapon manufacturer is not your most damaging defense. So leave it at home. You just don't need it. Get some defenses down that you can upgrade and create a massive amount of power and burn through these mobs. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And I'm assuming stuff is going to melt relatively quickly. Now, these are 8300 power level mobs, so they're tougher than normal Chaos 7 mobs, but they're not super meaty. And really, to be honest, anyone that has the correct shards that they need that's in a full set of Chaos 7 gear should really have no problem completing this map as long as you don't focus on crowd control at all. Don't spend any of your DU on crowd control, as it's just going to go wasted. And as I mentioned, if you're right at the verge and you can't quite get the job done, then hop on a Dryad and spam some of those pure mushrooms down, as the pure mushrooms are probably the most OP slow in the entire game. So we got the captain rolling out at 100 million health. We should be able to burn him right down without any issues. Very, very nice. And wave 1 is looking like it is pretty much going to be a good game. So I think we'll just let this one roll. Let's see what we got left down here. Nothing but baddies just burning up, so no problems whatsoever. 3 mobs left. And we are just about there. Let's throw a few upgrades in and just go ahead and continue along. Now, obviously, in my state with High Ascension and with Chaos 8 gear, these mobs are just a step above Chaos 7, so I'm going to completely face roll them myself. So let's just go ahead and jump forward to wave number 4. Or, let's just go all the way to the end. Let's just go ahead and go to wave 5, and we'll see how this ends out. Now, I am going to continue to upgrade throughout, and I'm basically just going to be hitting the Flame R's up. Get as many Flame R's all the way to tier 5 as I can, and just get these packs melting. So let's pop on forward all the way to wave number 5. Alright, and we are back in wave number 5. Now, I did my best to get the front 2 Flame R's fully upped. We're at tier 5 on both of these lanes, and it's time for the final face roll. Now, it is important, of course, to remember this lane is a short lane, so if you get bosses over here and you're not 100% confident on your defenses, make sure you're getting a little DPS in there, as this map can completely change. If this sub-objective fails and this bad boy opens up, it becomes just kind of an irritation factor. So definitely be cautious of this lane, as it is a shorty. So I didn't really do too many ups down below here, as everything just has such a long straight path. I didn't bother a whole lot, but let's just go ahead and get them. We got enough mana so we can get those front 2 all the way to tier 5 there as well. And let's see how we go for wave number 5. This should be mostly AFK with those front 2 R's fully jacked up. We got just a ton of pain being dished out right as the enemies come out. Now remember, if you are just in, say you're in starter Chaos 7 gear, you don't have, you have all the shards, but you don't have all the mods, then of course you're going to have a little bit of a hard time burning through these enemies. Just make sure you're focusing on what lanes are causing the most problem for you, and that combined with your Chaos 7 defenses should just wreck it. The most important thing, and I think the thing that's catching people off guard, is people have become so accustomed to using crowd control in Dungeon Defenders 2, which is definitely the right thing to do in most situations. However, in this particular map, that crowd control is all going to be invalid, with just very few exceptions. So we got a little siege roller action here. Piece of cake there. We got another siege roller down below taking the slow road. And then just 5 mobs left, so most of them flyers. Looks like they'll just all burn up without any problems. Is the siege roller stuck? No, it's coming. It's just, it's taking a little Sunday stroll and taking its sweet old time. Now, while we wait for this siege roller, I just wanted to remind everybody, today at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, Chromatic is going to be doing a live stream. That is going to be a fundraiser benefit for hurricane relief in the Bahamas. So by all means, swing by and show them your support. And Chromatic, of course, being in Florida, they've got lots of friends and family that were directly affected by the hurricane. So they're going to be doing a little charity stream there today. Make sure you swing by and say hello. Now, as always, it is Friday, so I will be live immediately after on my Twitch channel. So everything's dead, Chrome Enemies is in the bag, and now it's time to get our CC gear back out and go try out another map. So that will do it for this episode, though. Thank you all an absolute ton for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel and check back often, as there is always more and more DD2 goodness coming your way. So thank you once again, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.